So, guys, ahí sí les escucho. ¿Qué pasó en el examen?
Yo creo que fue el tiempo, teacher.
Y eso que con ustedes, bueno, bien o mal, tuvimos el 65 minutos de corrido. El examen que dieron los chicos del día domingo, se les fue la luz a ellos, a algunos, se cortaba la transmisión, no les cargaba el modo, fue mucho más accidentado que el suyo y de una u otra forma nos tocó tratar de arreglar los inconvenientes que se iban prestando, pero gracias a Dios ustedes no se les bloqueó la plataforma. El listening y las preguntas ya fue pues al azar porque ustedes saben que yo, al menos yo no estoy parte de la comisión que elabora los exámenes, entonces ya es en realidad al azar los listenings o las preguntas que les toque. No sé, ¿alguien más me quiere decir qué pasó en el examen? What happened? Tal vez mis clases no se entienden, no les gusta la clase, no estoy explicándoles tal vez de la forma que.
Teacher, I'm sorry, but in my personal opinion, and that day I wanna be very sincerely, I don't study that day. I have a lot of things in my house. I couldn't review all the things we saw all this time. Was just simple. I do what I can't. I'm sorry
Okay.
so much. It was my fault.
Yes, I know that you are doing like a bunch of stuff. You have a lot of things to do at home and maybe with the other subjects of your careers. But you know, guys, this is the last thing you're gonna do. This is the last step in English. So try to push a little bit harder this second part of the semester because you still have time. But it would be nice that you give me also the feedback to my classes. I don't know if I'm doing good because with this exam I really got blocked. Sí, no sé qué les pasó en el examen. Si es que en realidad hay algo que no entienden o alguna o el método de la clase no les gusta, no les atrae, avísenme chicos, please, so I can change. Todavía tenemos una mitad del semestre que podemos cambiar y tal vez no pase lo mismo en la segunda parte del semestre. Anybody else, somebody else that want to do or want to say something about the exam or have maybe a question? Nobody? Are you asleep? Are you awake? Please talk, guys.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, baby. Tell me.
¿Qué puedo decir en español? Lo que pasa es que, bueno, de mi parte, yo sí entiendo las clases. Eh, de mi parte me faltó más preparación mm, por, por mi cuenta de estudiar para el examen. Eso es lo que faltó para mí en el examen.
Thank you, baby. Ahora, este examen de medio semestre les queda a ustedes ya como una idea de cuáles son más o menos los temas que pueden ir en su examen final, ¿no? Porque ya ahorita ya nos proyectamos al final exam. Traten de aprovechar al máximo el resto de las notas para que les sea como un colchoncito y no les baje tanto. Recuerden que el examen siempre son 3 puntos, ¿no? Entonces hay que tratar de apuntarle a mejorar en la segunda parte del semestre. Okay, guys, so as we have to move on today, we're going to move to the next unit. We're starting unit number 4. And if you have seen in your book, you will have just 5 units this time. So we're almost close to the end. Ya vamos acercándonos al final, porque en este libro tenemos solo 5 unidades. La unidad 6, o lo que comprendía la unidad 6, ustedes, bueno, vamos a repasar un poco, van a conocer la estructura del proficiency test o del examen de suficiencia para que ustedes tengan luego una idea de cómo va a ser. Okay, so let's start with today's unit. I'm going to show you a short video and I want you to pay attention and then tell me what is it about, okay? ¿De qué se trata este video? Let me share the video and also the sound of the computer so you can understand and you can get everything from the video, okay? So pay attention because I think it's interesting information for you as well. So here it is, the video, and let me share the sound. Pay attention, guys.
With wealth, love, joy, and happiness. If you want to live a life that is filled with wealth, love, joy, and happiness, then you need to learn these 6 critical habits, because these are the habits that will truly make you successful. I want you to imagine that you are preparing for a big hiking trip that will take you a long time to complete. You are really motivated to do everything the right way, so you pack your food, your water, your mosquito spray, your bear spray, your medicine. You have thought of pretty much everything. The only problem is that you are still not sure where you want to go. So you start to ask your family and your friends, and they tell you to hike up this mountain called the Blue Mountain, because that's what most people do, and most people claim that they like it there. So without giving it a ton of thought, you tell yourself, okay, if everyone else is telling me to go there, it must be good. The next day, you set out on your epic hike. There's lots of challenges along the way, and there are even times where you felt beaten down and exhausted, but you kept your head down and you pushed forward. And finally, after all the work, you finally get to the top, and you are about to take in that amazing view that you've worked so hard to see. You open your eyes, you look outside, and you don't really like what you see. In fact, you think to yourself, I don't even like mountains that much. Why am I even here? You then go to your phone and then you see a picture on Instagram from somebody who decided to take a totally different hiking trip. And they ended up on this remote beach that almost nobody goes to, but it looks beautiful. And you think to yourself, man, I would way rather be at that beach. But in order to go to that beach now, you have to walk all the way back the way you came. It's possible, but it will take a ton of time and even more work. The mountain you choose to hike is similar to your life. Having the bear spray and the water and the medicine are like having traits like self-discipline and work ethic. It's great, it gets you to your destination faster, and it's essential for success, but none of that really matters if you choose the wrong mountain to hike or the wrong life to live, meaning your career, your love partner, etc. The first thing that you need to do before anything else is to become self-aware and figure out where you want to go. You can always change your mountain later on in life, but it's way easier and better to figure that out in the first place. The second habit is simply taking action. No matter what it is that you want to achieve in this lifetime, it will require action. Do you want to make $1 million? Well, you will have to learn how to start a big business. You don't know how to start a big business? Take action and figure out how to start a small business. Then slowly work your way up. But not taking action will just lead you to staying exactly where you are right now. You cannot think your way towards success. And this leads us to the third habit, investing in yourself. Investing in yourself could be watching a YouTube video. It could be buying a book or buying a course or hiring a coach. It could even be investing all of your money into hiring the best coach in the world. It's up to you how far you want to take it. But anyone who is successful invests in themselves every single day in some kind of way. The fourth habit is getting a mentor. You might have seen a small bearded man with glasses talk a lot about this, and he also talks about how important knowledge is. But the real reason why you should get a mentor is not because you can't figure it all out on your own. In fact, I personally think you can. But getting a mentor is just a way to save you a ton of time, and it will get you where you want to go a lot faster. When I started doing YouTube, I worked with a coach who charged me like $500 per hour. And at first, this seems like a lot of money, but that 1 hour phone call saved me about 6 to 8 months of me working full-time on YouTube, trying to figure it all out on my own. So that's 40 hours per week, which comes to 160 hours per month. Multiply that by 7 months, and that comes to over 1,000 hours. Would you spend $500 to save 1,000 hours? I would. After all, time is our most valuable asset. The next two habits are really important, so listen closely. The fifth habit is listening. If you are reading a worldly recognized book or talking to a really successful mentor, you should listen to what they have to say. Now, of course, you should never just blindly listen to what some random book says or what some random YouTuber says. But if they are successful and their advice makes sense to you, you should at the very least try it and then see what happens. The sixth habit is having faith and trusting the process. I've personally coached and worked with some YouTubers since I've started doing this channel, and many of them give up way too early, even though a lot of them are actually doing the right things. And as a coach, this is really sad for me to see, because I know that if they keep going and they trust my advice, they will eventually succeed. But a lot of them just become impatient, and they think that the proven process doesn't work for them, which of course is not true. The process works for everyone. If you follow it, you will succeed. If you are consistently working towards a realistic goal and you are constantly course correcting along the way, meaning you are always trying to improve the process and not focusing a ton on the result, it's impossible to not get where you want to go. If you are still watching this video, I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe that you can be successful. I believe that you can win in your life and make your dreams a reality. But you just have to start believing in yourself and taking action towards your goal. If you want to get intensely motivated to achieve.
So guys, you have just saw a short video. Can you tell me what is it about? What is the video about? What is the video talking about?
About motivate people to grow up.
Motivated people. What else can you catch from the video? They were talking about some habits, right? Un par de hábitos. What were those habits? Could you listen to those habits? You got asleep while the video was playing, guys? Come on. What was the video about? ¿De qué era el video? Could you catch any idea?
Talk about habits like self-aware, take action, invest in yourself, get a mentor, and others.
Exactly, Brandon. Thank you. So there were 6 steps or 6 habits, 6 suggestions or recommendations for you to be successful in life, okay? They were given a small example about life. Like it's when you are following your dream, for example, the example they gave is when you plan to go to a mountain, right? And you get prepared for everything and you do all you need to do to get to the top of the mountain. But when you arrive, after very hard work, when you arrive, maybe you don't like what you see or you are not comfortable with where you are. So it doesn't matter. You just have to change your goal, maybe set another objective in your life, and then you can, or you will have to work again to reach this new goal. This is life. This is just how life is, guys. Así mismo es la vida. A veces nos preparamos o nos fijamos ciertas metas preestablecidas por la sociedad. Alcanzan esas metas y no siempre se sienten ustedes completos, felices o a gusto en donde están. Y muchas veces tal vez a algunas personas les pasa que estudian y a la mitad de la carrera dicen, no, esto no es lo que yo quiero hacer. A mí me gustaría haber estudiado tal cosa, ¿no? Acuérdense que todavía hay tiempo y creo que sí hay una de las cosas que la pandemia nos ha enseñado es que hay que aprovechar al máximo el tiempo porque hoy estamos y tal vez mañana no. El tiempo es tan corto que necesitamos aprender a seguir y a luchar por lo que ustedes quieran, por lo que ustedes se pongan como meta. Y si tal vez cuando logran alcanzar esas metas no les llenan lo suficiente y aparecen nuevas, trabajen duro por esas nuevas metas. Aquí les daban 6 tips, como nos decía Brandon, para poder alcanzar o llegar a cumplir esos objetivos y tener ese sentimiento, esa emoción de success, de éxito, de haber logrado alcanzar esas metas, ¿no? First of all, self-aware. Self-aware, what's the meaning of this word? Maybe some of you are saying, I haven't heard this word before. Self-aware. This word means that you need to be conscious about what your goals in life are, what you are, what are your values. Okay, so self-aware would be to have the knowledge of yourself, okay? Como conocerse a uno mismo, ¿sí? Saber o tener claro qué es lo que uno quiere, a dónde quiere llegar. Establezcanse sus metas, por más ambiciosas que parezcan. Si la gente les dice, uy, ¿qué vas a hacer el youtuber más conocido de Ecuador? ¿Qué vas a no, yo no creo que puedas estudiar esta carrera porque no, a ti no te veo haciendo eso, cosas así. If you believe in yourself, guys, there's nothing impossible. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Even if you're planning to get $1 million as your objective, it's not impossible. Always that you have this self-aware, okay? So self-aware, sorry about the word, I wrote it just badly, but self-aware means to have the knowledge of yourself. Then you have, as Brandon catch almost all the points, it was the second habit you need to have is take action. For this dream to turn into an objective or a reality, you need to take action. It means that you need to start doing something, okay? So if there's something you really want in life, you need to take action. Para poder lograr alcanzar cualquier objetivo que ustedes se pongan, por más loco que suene, por más imposible que parezca, you need to take action, guys. Necesitamos empezar a hacer algo. Then we have invest in yourself. There is nothing more important than yourself, guys. If you don't love yourself, if you don't trust yourself, nobody else is going to do it. So invest in yourself, have time with yourself. I know that these online classes and online education has just put your world upside down. Nos ha vuelto de cabeza el mundo, este cambio a la modalidad virtual. Pero esta parte de invest in yourself is very important. Take some minutes in a day to do what you like, what you love, so you can connect again with yourself. Tómense un par de minutos al día. Maybe try some hobby you have. I read that some of you like to draw. Algunos de ustedes les gustaba dibujar, algunos cantar, algunos bailar. Tómense unos minutos al día para para invertir un poco de tiempo en ustedes mismos. Sí, eso les va a motivar a seguir y a alimentar que se crea con esto de las. Then we have listening. Listening is very important, guys, but listen carefully. Sometimes we have the answers just in front of our eyes, or maybe somebody else is telling us, is shouting us the answer, and we don't want to hear, we don't want to listen. We just hear. Sí, solo oímos, pero en realidad no estamos escuchando con atención. That's why it's very important for you to get to success listening, escuchar atentamente lo que muchas personas a veces nos dicen que nos puede cortar o nos puede ayudar a alcanzar nuestra meta de forma más efectiva. As I told you before, also we had get a mentor. Sorry, I was forgetting about getting a mentor. Now is everybody talks about a mentor, and it's always a good idea to have somebody who has achieved success in the objective that you have maybe thought about to follow, and try to talk with a mentor, get a mentor that it's going to help you to achieve your goal in a faster way. What I mean in a faster way, a mentor is going to tell you how did he or she get the objective. So maybe he or she is going to save you tons of hours, or is going to save you tons of papers or things that maybe you will fail on the process. What do I mean? Generalmente los mentores son personas en el ámbito que ustedes están, qué sé yo, estudiando o trabajando, o que son, we don't need to say famous, but important people who achieve their goals. Sí, personas importantes que lograron alcanzar sus objetivos, que se consideran o son reconocidos por los demás como exitosas, o personas a las que ustedes. Y un mentor les va a ahorrar mucho esfuerzo, muchos tropiezos en el camino, porque obviamente él ya pasó por eso. ¿Sí? Es decir, si ustedes tal vez quieren iniciar un negocio en X actividad y admiran o siguen a una persona en el mismo campo y puede ayudarles con una mentoría, pues él les va a decir, ¿sabes qué? Para iniciar el negocio tienes que ir a hacer esto, esto y esto, pero no te vayas a tal lugar porque te va a pasar esto. O si vas a ese lugar, tienes que ir preparado porque tienes que llevar esto, esto, esto y te va a tomar tanto tiempo, ¿sí? Entonces son, este get a mentor is very important when you want to get something. ¿Sí? Cuando ustedes quieren alcanzar algo, siempre un mentor desde alguien de la familia, ¿sí? Generally, we get the best mentors as our parents, ¿sí? Generalmente nuestros padres son grandes mentores de vida porque nos dicen, no hagas esto, pero ahí vamos, nosotros no, a darnos con el suelo, ¿sí? Pero también podemos tener mentors in a lot of things, in a lot of cases. For example, in your career, maybe you admire a teacher or anybody who's working on the same thing, and you can get his or her mentoring. The last thing you have is have faith. Have faith in the process. What would be the equivalent to don't give up? Don't ever give up, okay? This is essential. This is essential. Don't give up. No hay que bajar los brazos. No hay que rendirse. No hay que renunciar. Sometimes our dreams take more than needed, guys. Algunas veces nos toma mucho más tiempo conseguir nuestros sueños que el resto de gente. No es una carrera. Tómense el tiempo que tengan que hacerlo, pero no renuncien a lo que ustedes están siguiendo. This is key or this is important for anything in life. Para cualquier cosa en la vida. No renuncien a lo que ustedes sueñan o a lo que ustedes quieren conseguir. Maybe it's going to take a little bit more time. Maybe it's going to take a little bit more of your effort or compromise, but if you really want it, you're going to do it, guys. Si en realidad lo desean, van a continuar. A veces duele, a veces cansa, a veces uno quiere tirar la toalla, pero have faith in the process. Si tengan fe en el proceso, en algún momento vamos a conseguir o van a alcanzar todas las metas que se propongan. Okay, so after all this talk, can you tell me what would be the topic or the main idea of this unit? Sorry. ¿De qué creen que se trate esta unidad? After all I have told you. Any idea about what are we going to talk in this unit?
In the unit 4, we talk about personality.
We're going to talk about personality, guys. And especially in the first part, in lesson A, we're talking about talented or successful people. So I wanted to start the class with this video because here you have some excellent tips that are going to save you tons in life. And they are very useful if you want to apply them in your life. So what are we going to do, guys? As you told me, we're going to talk about personality, right? Think about these questions. Here we have 3 questions. The first one says, choose one word that can describe your personality or character. Or think about just one word that can describe your personality. For example, Grace, which word would you choose to describe your character? ¿Qué palabra elegirías para describir tu personalidad?
Teacher, de las palabras que estábamos mirando anteriormente.
No. Any word, de cualquier palabra que te permita a ti describir.
I consider the word loyal.
Okay. Loyalty or loyal would be the word that describes better to Grace. Thank you, Grace. What about you, Tupac? What word would describe your personality or character?
Persistent.
Persistent, okay. Excellent. What about you, Robert? What word can describe your personality or character?
I really love the word learner because I always try to learn of every place.
Exactly. Thank you. So, Robert is a good learner. He's always learning every single day, as everybody else should do it. Okay, thank you. What about you, Asu? Which word would you choose to describe your personality?
The word that describe me is perseverant.
Okay, perseverant or persistent as Tupac, excellent. So I can hear that, look at this. If you choose one word, this word is going to tell us a lot about your character or your personality, right? If you're loyal, if you're persistent, if you are a learner, if you want to learn, it tells us a lot of your personality. What about the second question? Here we have, who in your family do you take after in personality? You know, guys, when we grow up, we tend to have or to build a personality or a character that maybe it's going to be similar to one person in the family. In my case, for example, I take after my my mother's personality. So my character or my personality, it's going to be very similar to my mom. What about you guys? ¿A quién se parece su personalidad? ¿A quién de la familia se parece su personalidad? Santi Mejia, can you tell me who in your family do you take after in personality? ¿A quién se parece su personalidad? ¿A quién de la familia?
Ay, estoy pensando.
¿No te han dicho, Santi, ese carácter igualito a tu mamá, igualito a tu papá?
No, ¿cómo le digo? ¿Cómo se dice se parece?
Take after, esa sería la palabra parecer.
My personality take after my cousin
Okay.
because we will we grow, crecimos, ¿no? We grow in the same house and we take after.
Okay, you take after because you grew up, so you shared a lot with your cousin. Thank you, Santi. What about you, Wendy? Who in your family do you take after in your personality?
I think my mom.
Okay.
Because she's serious and get angry easily, and me too.
Yes, okay. So if she gets angry easily, you do it as well. Yes, that's my case too. Thank you. The last one, can you tell me please, Janet Sita, who in your family do you take after in your personality?
In my case, my personality take after my father.
Okay.
Because he's very persistent.
So you are similar to your father. Okay, so here we have mom, dad, and a cousin with your answers. Thank you, guys. Let's move to the next question. We have question number 3. You're going to write down, guys, I know that next to you, maybe you have some paper and a pen, so we can write 3 things you're good at. Think about those things. Vamos escribiendo 3 cosas en las que ustedes son buenos. Maybe you're good at drawing, maybe you're good at singing, or maybe you're good at cooking. Okay, so write 3 things that you're good at. Okay, think about these 3 things. Vamos pensando en 3 cosas, 3 actividades en las que somos buenos. Think about these 3 things, guys. You have 1 minute to think and to write down in a paper. What are these 3 things that you're good at? So let me write over here some of your answers. We have loyal, we had and we had okay. So think about these 3 things you are good at. For example, I'm good at languages. Let me write over here an example. In my personal case, I'm good at languages. I'm good at drawing. And I'm good at cooking. Okay, so this would be the 3 activities that I'm good at. What about you? Daniel, do you know what 3 things you're good at?
Well, I'm good at cooking, fixing things, and maybe learning. I don't know.
Okay.
That is in questionable. I think so.
Okay. The third one is we will see. Okay, so it's about learning, right? Thank you. So here we have 3 activities. What about you, Erika Ramos? Can you help me with the 3 things you're good at? ¿En qué cosas eres buena? ¿O te consideras buena?
I think I'm good at accounting.
Okay.
Because I love to record transactions and I do exercise.
Okay.
And I think I'm good at razonamiento.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I play basketball.
Okay, excellent. So let me write over here. So reasoning and playing basketball. Can you help me with your 3 activities, please, Paul? Can you help me with your 3 activities? Which activities or which 3 activities you're good at?
I am good at cooking.
Okay.
Sport.
Sports. Something else you like to do?
And helping at home.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. And let me just ask you the following, guys. How long have you been able to do, sorry, there's a thing missing here. How long have you been able to do these things? How long have you been able to do these things? Aquí me ha faltado el verbo do. ¿Por cuánto tiempo han podido hacer estas actividades? Maybe 5 years, maybe from high school. Think about that. For example, I have very interesting activities here, like fixing things, playing or sports or accounting, that are activities that take some time, right? Estas actividades toman algún tiempo para poder como refinarse o poder perfeccionarse, ¿no es cierto? How long have you been able to do these things? ¿Por cuánto tiempo han hecho estas cosas? Maybe playing sports. Since you were kids, since you were teenagers, desde que eran niños, adolescentes. Okay, think about that and keep your answers with you. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next part, guys. I really like your answers. And now I'm moving to the next part. So now we know that this activity or this unit, it's going to be about personality, right? So we will have to learn a few words that are going to be useful for us in order to describe our personality. Let me share with you something. I want to help me reading this article from the book. Okay, so on your screen you have this activity. We have this kind of an article, right? Es como un tipo de artículo, which is named What Happened to Talented Children When They Grew Up. Do you know what's the meaning of talented? ¿Qué sería o cuál sería el significado de talented?
Talentoso.
¿Qué pasó con los niños talentosos cuando crecieron? So we're going to read about two guys, a man and a woman, and we're going to see what happened with them, okay? So let me make it a little bit bigger so you can help me reading the these two stories, okay? Let me start with the first part. Do successful children become successful adults? ¿Y será que los niños exitosos también son o se vuelven adultos exitosos? Do successful children become successful adults? We look at two talented children and we see what happened with them when they became adults, okay? Vamos a ver qué pasó con estas dos personas. The first one, we're going to talk about Andrew Hallenberg. So, can you help me reading, please? In this part, you're going to find with some words that you're going to need to choose, okay? Vamos a tener que elegir ciertas palabras en algún punto de la lectura. So, let me please, or help me please, reading the first part. Ayúdenme por favor a leer la primera parte. justo hasta el punto, hasta aquí en making friends. Ok, hasta esta parte me va a ayudar a leer Carlita. Carlita, vas a tener que escoger, ¿no? Tienes una parte en la que tenemos dos palabras. Vamos a tener que escoger cuál es la que mejor iría en la lectura.
Yeah, teacher. Andrew Halliburton has an IQ of 114 and was very talented at math at a young age. But rather than making a fortune in baking or computers, he ended up clearing tables in a fast food restaurant. As a child, his parents pushed him very hard, but he didn't spend enough time making friends.
Exactly, thank you. So here we have a word talented, que ya me habían dicho ustedes, significa talentoso. And we have the case of this guy, Andrew Hallenberg. Look at this, he had an IQ of 145. Look how high is his IQ, right? Tenemos aquí un chico con un coeficiente intelectual súper alto. What happened with this guy? Look at this. Can you tell me? Yes, tell me, Carlita.
Decía que él era bueno en las matemáticas, pero que le habían forzado mucho y ahorita terminó limpiando mesas en un restaurante de comida rápida.
Exactly. His parents pushed him very hard, okay? This word push or this verb push es presionar, ¿sí? Cuando a uno le presionan hasta el límite por poco, ¿sí? Push him very hard. Los papás le presionaban mucho. Sí, tenían muchas expectativas ya que él era muy talented, very talented, okay? So let's see what happened with the rest of the reading. Veamos qué pasó con este chico. Can you help me please, Aldrich, reading the next part of this article? From he thinks that
the other children at the school didn't like him because he was always so clever. He went to university to study computing, but he thought the course was too easy, so he succeeded.
What do you think? ¿Será success? Succeed dice, pero pensó que el curso o la carrera era demasiado fácil. Entonces, ¿se rindió o tuvo éxito?
Gave up.
Gave up.
Okay, so he gave up.
Gave up 6 months. He got a job in a burger bar instead and worked there for several years.
Exactly. So here I have just a couple of words that maybe I want to point out or to highlight. And these words are clever. Clever would be a synonym of smart, right? Si este clever sería un sinónimo de inteligente, de smart, pero lo utilizamos más en un contexto de como que él era muy pilas, o sea, no era inteligente así como de los inteligentes que nos cuesta trabajo tal vez llegar a un punto por persistencia, ¿no? Por estar estudia y estudia o repite y repite o memoriza y memoriza. He was a clever person. Era una persona que era talentosa, algo natural, ¿no? Súper pila, súper inteligente. That would be the case of this word clever. Clever has this meaning of pilas, alguien súper pilas, ¿no? Give up would be the verb that means, como les decía al inicio, significa renunciar, este verbo, give up. And then we have the word instead. Instead, he got a job in a burger bar instead and worked there for several years. Sí, este instead sería en vez de, en lugar de, ¿sí? En lugar de trabajar en otro lugar, él se quedó trabajando en un restaurante y ahí trabajó por muchos años. Look at his case. ¿Qué me pueden decir de este caso? If you, after what we have read, can you give me a word to describe his personality? ¿Qué palabra utilizarían ustedes para describir la personalidad de este chico? Is he friendly? ¿Es amigable? ¿Qué es? ¿Cómo le describirían? Diana, can you help me with one word to describe this guy?
Okay, teacher.
¿Qué palabra ocuparías para describirle?
Whitey. Whitey. Genioso.
How would you say?
Whitey. Whitey.
Can you write it on the chat, please? For example, I would say that this guy is a little bit shy because he didn't make enough friends, no hizo los suficientes amigos, así que podríamos describirlo también como shy. Maybe smart or intelligent. Okay, witty. That could be also another example. Thank you. Let's move to the next one. So here we have a guy who was very talented when he was a kid, but when he grew up, things were different, right? He gave up to study in university. The second person we have here is a very famous one, a famous American. So let's continue with the reading. Now we're going to read a little bit about Oprah Winfrey. And I'm going to ask some of you to help me with the first part. So we have to choose also some words here. Can you help me with this reading, please? Kevin, can you help me reading and choosing the right options in this case?
Okay, Oprah Winfrey is a successful TV presenter in the USA. She had a very difficult family life and she never had any money, but she was very intelligent and did well at school. She always had a positive attitude towards life, and she was determined to work on TV at the age of 19.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. The next part is going to help me reading, please. Let me see, let me move this also. So the next part, can you help me reading? Robert, can you help me with the second part, please? At the age of 19.
All right. At the age of 19, she got a job with a local radio station. In the mid of the 1970s, she became the first black female news reader of American TV. This was the beginning of her successful story. Her TV show, where she interviewed with famous people like Tom Cruise, Michael Jackson, and Barack Obama, became famous around the world. Now she is one of the richest women in America.
Exactly. Thank you, Robert. So here we have another case or another example of success. Here we have a TV presenter or a TV show presenter who is very famous. And even though she had a difficult time when she was a kid, look at this. She kept her positive attitude. She was determined to get her dreams. Okay, so that's how she became the first Black woman in the USA to be a newsreader, TV newsreader. And also she is very famous because everybody wants to be in her show. Okay, so here we have, or you have chose different words like successful, positive attitude, intelligent, and so on. Can you guys help me matching these words into some groups? Let me see what I'm talking about. Let me share with you. Vamos a ver, les voy a compartir. Sí, una actividad cortita. You're going to help me matching these words, the words that we were discussing. In some groups, okay? We have 4 groups. Vamos a ir agrupando las palabras en 4 grupos. How clever you are, es decir, palabras que nos permitan a nosotros expresar how clever you are, qué tan inteligentes son. Your feelings or emotions, and things you have done or stopping something. Sí, ¿qué palabras nos van a servir a nosotros para describir esto? How clever you are, feelings or emotions, and what have you done or stopping something? Can you help me with this one, please? How would we match? For example, can anybody help me with a word about clever? ¿Qué palabras podríamos ocupar para decir que alguien es inteligente? O pilas.
Intelligent.
Okay, one intelligent. Another one?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Excellent.
Talent.
Talented. Perfect. What else?
Ability.
Okay, ability. Yes. What else? There's another one.
Bright or bright.
Bright, exactly, bright. Someone bright. What about feelings and emotions? ¿Qué palabras aquí nos permiten o tienen que ver con feelings and emotions?
A positive attitude.
Okay, a positive attitude. What else? What else do you think? give up, achievement.
Confident.
Confident, exactly. Confident, alguien que tiene confianza. Is someone confident, okay? What about things you have done? ¿Qué palabras aquí nos permiten referirnos a las cosas que hemos hecho?
Achievement.
Achievement, okay, un logro.
Give up.
Give up.
Okay, are you sure, guys? We still have another group, stopping something. Cuando ustedes paran de hacer algo, ¿cuál de los dos creen que va?
Give out.
Give up, ¿en dónde le pondría? Aquí, something you have done, en algo que han hecho, o en detener algo, o parar de hacer algo.
Stopping something.
Stopping.
Okay. Stopping, because give up is when you stop to do something. And finally, we have successful. ¿Dónde le pondrían a successful? Tener éxito.
What you have done.
What you have done, exactly. It's something you have done to be successful. So don't forget about these words that are going to help you to talk about personality in some cases, and also they are going to be useful for you if you want to maybe not just describe your ability, but also if you want to talk about someone who's talented or maybe successful. Okay. So could you help me completing these sentences with some prepositions? Which prepositions do you think we're going to use in these cases? Let me see. Here we have five sentences, guys. Tenemos aquí 5 oraciones. I don't know if yes. You should be watching your book now. Which prepositions would you use in the missing or in the blank spaces? ¿Qué preposiciones ocuparían ustedes aquí en estas espacios en blanco? At, to, from, in, on. What preposition would you use in the first one, for example? She is good. At, exactly. She is good at making friends, right? Ella es buena haciendo amigos. So the preposition that goes right with this one would be at. Perfect. What about the second one? He is brilliant. At again. At playing piano. Okay. What about number 3? I'm not very talented. Which preposition would you choose? At again, exactly. So I'm not very talented at art. What about number 4? It's important to have a positive attitude. To your word, exactly, or towards your work. And she has the ability What do you think? She has the ability to pass exams without even trying.
too.
Too, exactly, as well, too. So here we have some prepositions. We have prepositions at and to. And for example, you use always this preposition at when you are talking about a specific action you can perform, right? I'm good at making friends. I'm brilliant at playing piano, and I'm not very talented at art. When you are being very specific, you can use this preposition at. Okay, so this other preposition to means when you are, o podemos utilizar esta preposition to when we have also another verb. For example, I have this ability to pass the exams. And also when you are regarding to something else, no, for example, to your work. This would be the case of the preposition to. ¿Sí? Generalmente esta preposición at nos va a servir cuando queremos ser muy específicos, ¿no? Estamos diciendo específicamente lo que queremos o no queremos hacer. So, now we're going to continue with the book. You're going to listen again. We're going to listen a conversation about 4 people. But first you need to see the pictures, okay? Here we have some famous people. I know that especially guys know Lionel Messi. Maybe there would be some students who are fans of Lionel Messi. We have Andrea Bocelli. Do you know what is he or what does he do? What does he do? ¿Alguien sabe qué es lo que hace Andrea Bocelli or why is he famous? ¿Por qué es famoso? Nobody? Carlitos, wake up. Do you know why or what does Andrea Bocelli do?
Maybe singer.
Yes, he's a singer. He's an opera singer. He's an Italian opera singer. Cantante italiano de ópera. What about this guy right here, this little kid? What do you think he is famous for, Grace? ¿Por qué será famoso este niño?
Because just to turn a brilliant to play the piano or talent to play the piano.
Yes, he's talented or he is well known because he plays the piano. Excellent. What about this old lady over here? Do you have any idea what does she do? ¿Qué será lo que hace esta señora? Any idea, you guys? Maybe Juanito, do you have any idea what this lady do in life?
No, teacher.
No idea, right? We don't know what does she do. Okay, if we don't have any idea, we're going to see what all these guys do in life, and you're going to listen when they became so famous or when they became so talented. Let's listen to the next record, and then you're going to help me with these true and false sentences, okay? Now you know that we're going to talk, or the listening is going to talk about this guy, Tsum Tsum. It's also going to refer to Vivienne Westwood. maybe it's going to talk a little bit about Lionel Messi and about Andrea Bocelli. Okay, so keep in mind the words that we have been talking to. Mantengan o tengan en cuenta las palabras que vimos en el ejercicio anterior. Sí, en este ejercicio. Don't forget the meanings. No nos olvidemos del significado de estas palabras, ¿no? Inteligente, brillante, talentoso, alguien que tiene la habilidad, ¿sí? Alguien, ¿cómo se dice? Como, let me see. Someone with a positive attitude, ¿no? Alguien con una actitud positiva, alguien con confianza, confident. Someone bright would be, alguien bright, sería alguien brillante, si es como un sinónimo de brilliant, bright. Achievement, que sería un logro. Successful, alguien exitoso. Y give up, que era rendirse. Okay, maybe you're going to listen some of those words in the record, okay? So pay attention, guys, and listen carefully to the next record.
Track 1.54.
That was Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of the Bumblebee, a piece which was recently performed to a live audience on TV by a 6-year-old boy called Song Tsong. Song Tsong could play the piano when he was 3. At the age of 5, an internet clip with him at the piano made him famous. Now, he says he wants to be able to play like Mozart. Our question today is, do we have to start young to succeed? We've all heard about kids like Tsong Tsong, bright kids who have a particular ability in, say, music, maths, or science. But do they grow up to be successful adults? And if you're over 30 and you haven't achieved your goals yet, is it too late? Ed Bickley's been looking into it for us. Ed, what have you found out?
Okay, well, clearly some talented children go on to do very well as adults. Take Lionel Messi. He started playing football on the street at the age of 5. Soon, he was playing against much older boys, and they couldn't get the ball off him. He was so good that he was able to join the Barcelona junior team when he was 11 and achieved international success at 20. Now he's one of the greatest players in the world.
A real success story.
Yes, but what's surprising is that most of these talented children, when they grow up, don't actually achieve much more than other adults. A recent study followed a group of talented children from 1974 until now. Less than 5% managed to become very successful adults.
That does seem surprising.
And now for the good news. If you haven't achieved your goals by the time you're 30, don't give up. Plenty of people have found success much later in life. British fashion designer Vivienne Westwood's first job was in teaching. She always wanted to be a designer, but her successful fashion career didn't begin until she was 30, when she started making clothes for a shop in London called Let It Rock. Then there's Andrea Bocelli. He's been able to sing well since he was a child, but he didn't become a famous classical singer until he was 36. At 41, his album became the most successful classical album by a solo artist of all time, with 5 million copies sold around the world.
So to do well at something, we don't have to be good at it at a young age?
That's right. In most cases, talent develops with experience. You need to practice, make mistakes, get frustrated, learn from your mistakes, practice more. It's hard work. You need a lot of patience, a lot of determination. Confidence and a positive attitude help too. Say to yourself, I can do it. And just maybe you will. And don't worry if your 10-year-old child can't play the piano. Maybe they'll be able to do it when they're a bit older.
Ed, you've given us all hope. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, so we have heard a little bit about these four people, Sun Sun, Vivian, Lionel Messi, and Andrea Bocelli. And now you're going to help me with these true and false statements, okay? For this to be completed, we're going to read these statements first, and then we're going to move to the listening. So I'm going to play again the record, and you will help me with the answers, okay? For the first sentence, we have, we have Sun Sun first became famous when he appeared on a TV show. Vamos a ver si este niño en realidad se volvió o no se volvió famoso cuando salió en un programa de televisión, okay? So listen carefully, guys, and help me with the answer.
Korsakoff's Flight of the Bumblebee, a piece which was recently performed to a live audience on TV by a 6-year-old boy called Song Song. Song Song could play the piano when he was 3. At the age of 5, an internet clip with him at the piano made him famous. Now, he says he wants to be able to play like Mozart. Our question today is, do we have to start young to succeed?
So, guys, what do you think? Is it true or false? Sun Sun was first, or he became famous when he appeared on a TV show? True or false? What happened with this little boy?
False. False.
Why?
He appeared on a clip in internet.
Okay, he clicked on internet. What else? What do you think, guys? True or false? Let's see. At the beginning, they were saying something about the show. So, the first one, yes, you got it right. He was first famous because they uploaded a clip on internet. Look at this. We have a click on internet. So the first one would be false. Thank you. What about number 2? We're going to listen the next one so we can get to the right answer. As a boy, Lionel Messi could play football better than other boys. What do you think? True or false?
True. True.
True.
True, exactly. Right? He was very good since very young. Era muy bueno desde pequeño, ¿no? Let's continue with the next one. Number 3. A recent study showed that most talented children do better than other adults when they grew up. We're going to listen to the conversation so you can give me the answer, okay?
We've all heard about kids like Tsong Tsong, bright kids who have a particular ability in, say, music, maths, or science. But do they grow up to be successful adults? And if you're over 30 and you haven't achieved your goals yet, is it too late? Ed Bickley's been looking into it for us. Ed, what have you found out?
Okay, well, clearly some talented children go on to do very well as adults. Take Lionel Messi. He started playing football on the street at the age of 5. Soon, he was playing against much older boys, and they couldn't get the ball off him. He was so good that he was able to join the Barcelona junior team when he was 11 and achieved international success at 20. Now he's one of the greatest players in the world.
A real success story.
Yes, but what's surprising is that most of these talented children, when they grow up, don't actually achieve much more than other adults. A recent study followed a group of talented children from 1974 until now. Less than 5% managed to become very successful adults.
That does seem surprising.
So guys, is it true or false? A recent study showed that most talented children do much better than other adults when they grow up. True or false?
False.
False. Why? What happened with these kids?
Not the most, 5%.
Less of the 5% of this research, ¿sí? Menos del 5% de este estudio could get as a successful adult, ¿sí? Es decir, que al menos del 100% del estudio, únicamente el 5% logró ser un adulto exitoso desde since 1994, I think it was the study. Entonces, desde el 1994, es decir, desde que un grupo de niños era pequeñito hasta hoy en día, pues no les fue tan bien a los niños talentosos o prodigios, ¿no? No todos llegan a ser famosos o no todos llegan a ser exitosos en lo que son buenos. Let's listen to the next one. We're going to listen a little bit about Vivienne Westwood. So you're going to tell me if she used to be a teacher, okay? Listen carefully.
And now for the good news. If you haven't achieved your goals by the time you're 30, don't give up. Plenty of people have found success much later in life. British fashion designer Vivienne Westwood's first job was in teaching. She always wanted to be a designer, but her successful fashion career didn't begin until she was 30, when she started making clothes for a shop in London called Let It Rock. Then there's Andrea Bocelli.
So, what do you think? This one is true or false? She used to be a teacher? Yes, her first job was in teaching, so she used to be a teacher. Look at this. Bocelli's solo classical album became an international success when he was in his 40s. What do you think? Is it true or false? Let's listen about Andrea Bocelli. Okay.
He's been able to sing well since he was a child, but he didn't become a famous classical singer until he was 36. At 41, his album became the most successful classical album by a solo artist of all time, with 5 million copies sold around the world.
So to do well at something, we don't have to be good at it at a young...
So is it true or false? What do you think? Andrea Bocelli's solo's classical album became an international success when he was 40, or when he was in his 40s, cuando estaba en sus 40s. Is it true or false?
True.
True, yes. He was 41 when he became so successful. Tenía 41 cuando se hizo famoso. Let's think about the last one we have over here. Ed believes that talented people don't usually make mistakes. What do you think? Would it be true or false?
False.
False. Why? What do you think it's false?
Porque él decía que hasta los famosos pueden cometer errores.
Exactly.
Y aprenden de él.
Even famous people can make mistakes. And what we need to do is to learn from the mistakes. Exactly. Thank you, Carlita. So yes. Even famous people get some mistake once in a while. Sí, de vez en cuando todos tenemos derecho a equivocarnos. So, we heard a lot about these talented kids and talented adults or people who became famous. Now we're going to see let me see. I'm going to explain you something. Let me share with you the presentation so we can see the grammar which is going to be involved today. Okay, guys, as you heard, when we want to be or when we are good at something, we are going to use some modal verbs or phrases that are going to help us to say, what are we good at? Okay, so for example, when we're talking about abilities or things you can do, we can use some modal verbs. For example, we have the verb can or could that are going to be useful for us when we want to say something we are able to do or not to do. Okay, the good thing is that we can use this verb can when we talk about general activities or general abilities we are good at. Here's the thing. Look at this. Here we have another chart that maybe it's going to be a little bit more easy to follow. Here we have the modal verbs can and be able to. Okay, these are going to be, or we are going to use this when we're talking about a general activity that we can perform. Don't forget about the meaning. No nos olvidemos del significado. Can, que significa poder, nos permite a nosotros expresar las actividades en las que somos buenos o en las que no somos buenos. ¿Sí? Es decir, expresa lo que podemos o no podemos hacer. Por otra parte, tenemos el verbo, el modal verb, be able to. Do you know what's the meaning of this one? ¿Sabemos cuál es el significado de este? Okay. This be able to refers to ser capaz de. ¿Sí? Este ser capaz de nos permite a nosotros hablar sobre lo que somos o no somos buenos. Es decir, lo que podemos o no podemos hacer. Es otra forma de utilizar, ¿sí? O referirnos a las cosas que podemos o no podemos hacer. Ojo que este can lo vamos a utilizar en tiempo presente, mientras que también tenemos aquí el modal verb could, que ese sí lo vamos a ocupar en qué tiempo. ¿En qué tiempo va el could?
In past.
Podría, exactly. Just in past tense. Remember that if you want to talk about the things you could do, you're going to use this one, this modal verb in past, okay? So, tenemos could, que lo vamos a utilizar en el pasado para referirnos a lo que podíamos o no podíamos hacer antes, ¿sí? Don't forget that you have the affirmative way and the negative form. Sí, tenemos la forma afirmativa y negativa en ambos casos. Can or can't, y también tenemos could or couldn't, ¿sí? Para referirse a lo que pueden o a lo que no pueden hacer, o podían o podían hacer. What's the good thing or what's the difference with this modal verb be able to? ¿Cuál sería la diferencia con este be able to? Si los dos nos permiten hablar de las cosas que podemos hacer, sean habilidades o actividades generales o específicas, ¿cuál será la diferencia entre este be able to y can? Any idea about the difference? ¿Por qué si los dos nos permiten hablar de lo que podemos o no podemos hacer? En unos casos ocupo be able to y en otros can. ¿Cuál será la diferencia? Nobody.
Tal vez en lo que en verdad se puede. Gente es poder.
El uno es poder, ¿no es cierto? Es algo como que sí es seguro que puedes hacer, y el otro ser capaz de es algo que podrías hacer, tal vez. It's not that difficult, this difference, or it doesn't have to be with the meaning. No tiene mucho que ver la diferencia o el uso con lo que quiere decir o el significado de estas dos palabras. Más bien es una diferencia un poco más gramatical. Look at this. The verb can, we're going to use it just in present, guys. ¿Sí? El verbo can lo vamos a utilizar únicamente en presente. Si ustedes quieren decir que podían hacer algo en el pasado, utilizamos could, que ya es otro modal verb. Pero ¿qué pasa con este be able to? Acuérdense, chicos, que todo lo que contenga el verbo to be va a ser algo diferente, especial, o algo que va a tener su regla en particular. Y aquí miren, tenemos el verbo to be. Be able to. Este be able to tiene la gran facilidad o la diferencia es que este verbo lo vamos a poder utilizar en todos los tiempos que nosotros conocemos. Puede ser en presente, I'm able to talk English, for example. ¿Sí? Okay. I'm able to speak Spanish, or you can also use it in past or in perfect tenses. For example, I was able to Spanish. Or maybe I will be able or maybe I had okay. Look at this. We have been here using this modal verb be able to in different tenses. Hemos ocupado aquí este modal verb be able to pero en muchos tiempos diferentes. Si esa es la diferencia, el can únicamente lo podemos utilizar en presente y el could sería su forma en pasado, pero este be able to va a poder ser conjugado en todos los tiempos porque tenemos la gran ventaja de tener el verbo to be. Y miren, aquí tenemos el verbo to be en presente, tenemos el verbo to be en pasado, tenemos el verbo to be con su auxiliar en el futuro, tenemos el verbo to be en un tiempo perfecto. I have been able to speak. Sorry. So, sorry, I forgot. Spoke. Okay, so that would be the main difference of this be able to and can. Ya tenemos aquí la diferencia entre be able to and can. What happened with this verb over here? We have managed. We managed to. Do you know the meaning of this verb? ¿Sabemos cuál es el significado de manage to? También es un modal verb que nos permite hablar de lo que podemos o no podemos hacer, pero ¿qué significa?
Lograr. Logró.
Ok. Lograr. Este manage to significa, o podríamos traducirle como here we have arreglárselas o ingeniárselas para lograr algo. That would be the meaning of this manage to. So this means that maybe if you want to achieve something, it's going to take you a little bit more effort, or it's going to be a more complicated task, or a task that requires more of your ability or more time, or is a little bit more complex than the other ones. That would be the main difference above the other ones that we have been talking previously. So managed to would mean arreglárselas, and this meaning is telling us that it's going to take us a little bit more effort to get the things, okay? So this managed to, este managed to, ya nos da la idea de que es una actividad o una tarea que va a ser mucho más complicada, que va a depender o va a exigir mayor esfuerzo de nuestra parte. Cuando vean ustedes que hay una actividad que cumple con estos requisitos, es decir, que va a ser más compleja, tal vez más elaborada, más difícil de alcanzar, podemos ocupar este verbo manage to. Okay, so these are the modal verbs that we're going to use, or that you have heard in the listenings before, and that tell us, or that help us to express the ability we are good at. So the abilities that we do or that we are good at. So here I have another chart, but I don't think it would be necessary because we're going to make some exercises, okay? So just to check that you understood what I was telling you about these modal verbs, let's move to the next page in your book, okay? So here we have a short exercise. Let me make it bigger so you can help me without problems. Here we have some modal and phrases that are going to be helpful for us in order to talk about ability. Let's complete the first part, guys. Here we have underline the words and phrases that used to talk about an ability. So, which models can you find in sentence number 2, for example? Diana, can you help me with the modal verb in sentence number 2, please? Of these 7 sentences over here. En la primera ya teníamos good. In the second.
In number 2, he wants to be able to play like Mozart.
What would be the modal verb here? ¿Cuál es el verbo modal?
To be able.
Exactly. Be able to. To be able to, exactly. Thank you, Diana. So let's continue with the next one. Can you help me with number 3, reading number 3 and telling me the modal verb, please? Erika Chuga, can you help me with number 3, please?
He was good that he was able to join the Barcelona junior teams when they was 11.
Exactly.
The modal is was able to.
Exactly, thank you. Was able to. Here is in past, okay? Aquí estamos hablando en pasado. Was able to. Number 5, can you help me please with the modal and the reading, Tupac? Number 4.
Teacher.
Yes.
Less than 5% manage them to become very successful adults. Is management to?
Manage to. So here we have the modal, manage to. Let's move to number 5. Please, Bibi, can you help me with number 5?
Yes, teacher. Andrea Porcelli has been able to sing well since he was a child. The modal verb sería has been able.
Exactly, has been able to. Thank you. Number 6. Let's see, this is a very small one. Alexis, can you help me with number 6, please? Wake up, Alexis, come on.
Say to yourself, I can do it. Y el modal verb sería can.
Exactly, can. Thank you. So the last one, Asu, can you help me with number 7, please? She will be or she'll be. Asu se durmió. Vane, can you help me with number 7, please?
She'll be able to play the piano when she's a bit older. The modal verbs is be able to.
Exactly. Be able to, exactly. So you help me with or recognizing these models and phrases of ability. Now, let's continue with the next exercise. Let me erase this so I can continue with the next one. Okay. So, in the next part, we have some rules over here. Okay, you're going to help me completing the rules with the modals or the phrases that are going to match in each rule, okay? So let's start with rule number 1. Vamos con la primera regla. ¿Qué palabra ocuparíamos para completar esta primera regla? We use and be able to talk about ability in the present. Christian, can you help me with number 1, please? ¿Cómo completaríamos esta?
Yes, teacher. In the present, maybe use can.
We use can, thank you. We use can and be able to talk about an ability in the present, exactly. Thank you. So we have used this one and we are not going to use it anymore. So let's continue with number 2. Thank you, Christian. Let's move to number 2. Marjorie, can you help me with number 2, completing number 2, please?
Yes, teacher. In the past, we usually use could.
Could, okay. ¿Qué más utilizamos?
And manager too.
Okay. Manage to. What do you think? Manage to, or what would we use over here? In the past, we usually use could. Or what else can we use in the past? ¿Qué más podemos utilizar en el pasado?
Was were able to.
Exactly. Was or were able to. Yo podía, o yo hacía, o yo era capaz de hacer, ¿no es cierto? ¿Cuál de los dos nos sirve para dar una idea general? ¿Y cuál para hablar de algo que hicimos una sola vez? Estamos entre estos dos. Could y was or were able to. ¿Cuál creen que será la respuesta? ¿O cuál es el orden más bien en el que debemos ubicarles? Any idea?
In the past, we usually use able to talk about generally ability and goals.
Okay. All right, let me see. No, el que nos va a permitir hablar de general ideas, ¿sí? La frase o el modal que nos va a permitir talk about general ideas would be could. Si siempre que sea de algo general, una habilidad en general que podemos realizar va a ser could. Y como ustedes me decían, was o were able to, lo vamos a utilizar generalmente en el pasado cuando ustedes quieran hablar de algo que hicieron bien una vez, ¿no? Yo era capaz de treparme a los árboles. I was able to climb the trees. ¿Sí? Una actividad que se hacía o que podíamos hacer en el pasado. Okay, thank you. Let's move to number 3. How would it be number 3? There is no present perfect or infinitive form of can. So we use the forms of ¿Cuáles formas ocupábamos en present perfect? ¿Qué verbo podíamos ocupar en present perfect? ¿Qué modal verb se podía conjugar en otros tiempos?
Be able to.
Be able to, exactly. Be able to. That's the key. Esa era nuestra. Be able to. Como no me va a alcanzar ahí, le escribo a un ladito. What about number 4? We can't say will can. So we say, como no podemos utilizar el verbo can para el futuro, ¿no es cierto? ¿Cuál ocupamos entonces?
Will be able to.
Will be able to, exactly. Will be able, sorry, be able to. Cuando queremos referirnos a lo que podremos hacer en el futuro, vamos a ocupar el auxiliar will, que nos da el futuro, y be able to, que nos permitía ser conjugado en todos los tiempos, ¿no es cierto? Will be able to. And the last thing we have over here is number 5. The verb means to succeed in doing something difficult. ¿Cuál será entonces?
Manage to.
Manage to, exactly. We managed to. Acuérdense que ingeniárselas o arreglárselas significa que nos costó un poco más de trabajo, ¿no? Estábamos haciendo alguna actividad mucho más compleja. So we're going to use this manage to. Let's see if you got it. The uses of these 3 modal verbs and phrases. And let's try it with an exercise. Okay, so let me erase this one. And let's make a short and fast exercise over here. So, for example, here we have 6 sentences right here. Which modal verbs or phrases would you use? Can you help me your example, please, of number 1? Carlita, I took my exam today. ¿Qué utilizarías, cuál modal utilizarías en esta oración?
I can.
Ok, Carlita nos dice can. What do you think, Marlon? ¿Qué modal verb utilizarías en la primera?
Maybe be able to.
Okay. Pay attention, guys. Remember that English, in some cases, is just about watching or observing something carefully. ¿En qué tiempo está esta oración?
Present.
Are you sure?
It's in past.
Well, how do you know that it's in past? ¿Cómo se dan cuenta que está en pasado?
The verb take is took.
Así, está en pasado por el took.
Exactly. No se dejen convencer. Parecía que era
entonces corto.
Exacto. Parecía presente porque está aquí el today. No siempre es el caso. ¿Sí? En este caso no utilizábamos el can, sino el could, así que mucho ojo con eso. ¿Sí? Mucho ojo con el tiempo en el que está la oración. En este caso vamos a ocupar could, que nos permite hablar del pasado, ¿verdad? So I took my exam today and I could finish all the questions before the end. ¿Sí? Tomé un examen hoy y pude terminar las preguntas antes de que se acabara el tiempo. Okay, so let's continue with number 2. ¿Cómo nos quedaría entonces la número 2? Can you help me with number 2, please? Let me see someone who hasn't spoken yet. Help me with the answer, please, Angie. I haven't heard to Angie.
Number 2, teacher.
Okay, number 2, sí, la número 2.
After trying for 20 minutes, we we're able to open the door.
Are you sure?
Yes, we were able to.
Look at this, Angie. Analicemos la oración. After trying for 20 minutes. Después de intentar por 20 minutos. ¿Será una actividad fácil o una un poco más complicada?
Complicada.
Entonces, ¿qué ocuparíamos? Algo que nos toma más esfuerzo. Can you help me, guys? ¿Cuál sería la palabra entonces?
Manage to.
Manage to.
Manage to. Managed to. So, after trying for 20 minutes, después de intentar por 20 minutos, nos las arreglamos para abrir la puerta. We managed to open the door. Let's see number 3, Robert. Can you help me with number 3, please? What would you use here? I have ski in this case, since I was 5 years old.
It's maybe cool.
Look at this, Robert. Fíjate en este time expression.
Yeah, it's past.
Since, ojo que since, already, yet utilizábamos para los tiempos perfectos. ¿Cómo nos quedaría entonces?
I've been able to.
Exactly. Thank you, guys. I have been able to. Sí, cuando ven por ahí un since, un yet, un already, generalmente se refiere a estos tiempos perfectos, ¿no? I have been able to ski since I was 5 years old. He sido capaz de esquiar desde que tenía 5 años. Let me see. Can you help me with number 4, Daniel? Ellie? Or anybody who can help me with number 4. ¿Cómo nos quedaría la número 4?
Ellie could already read simple books when she was 3 years old.
Exactly, yes. So Ellie could already read simple books when she was 3 years old. Is there another possibility, maybe? Tal vez habría otra posibilidad, otra forma de decirlo.
Was able.
Ellie was able, exactly. So Ellie was able to already read simple books when she was 3 years old. So we have also number 5. I live near the sea, but I vivo cerca del mar. Pero, ¿qué utilizaríamos ustedes? ¿O qué utilizarían ustedes aquí? What would you use?
Can't. I'm not able to.
Exactly, ladies. Can't, right? I can't or I am not able to. See, I am not able. No podemos hacer, ¿no? En este caso sería yo vivo cerca del mar, pero no puedo nadar. I can't swim or I am not able to swim. Excellent. And the last one we have. My Spanish is getting better. I'll speak to my Spanish friends on the phone soon. ¿Qué utilizaríamos en este caso?
Be able to.
Be able to, exactly. I'll be able to speak Spanish with my friends soon. I will be able to. Thank you, guys. Excellent. So I think you got it. And I think you're ready to the next exercise, right? Now that you have done this one, please, guys, I'm going to share with you the link so we can do what we know and we do every single class, which is practice, okay? So I'm going to share with you the link of the exercise you will perform today. It's very easy. You don't have, or you're not going to have so much trouble while doing this because you're going to just use these models or the phrases that we have been learning in order to complete. So let me just erase this and I'm going to share with you the exercise you're going to do today. Here it is, guys. This is the exercise, or this is the classwork you're going to have for today. I'm going to share with you the link, but first I want to explain you how is it and what are you going to do. Look at this one. Here you have some phrases, okay? You have phrases with can, could, be able to, will be able to, managed, etc., etc. So what are you going to do, guys? Here we have an article. You're going to drag and drop the answers into the right space, into the right blank space. What do I mean? For example, in the first part we have, when I was a young child, and the right option was, I couldn't swim, right? So you put it on the blank space. Let's move to the next one. Vamos a la siguiente. Dice, I guess I thought that I didn't need. Tal vez yo pensaba que no necesitaba. Y vamos a imaginarnos en este caso que la respuesta correcta es manage to. Okay? So I'm going to drag and drop into the blank space. Or maybe then I'm reading and I realize that it's not there or it's over here. Okay, so you can change the answers that you choose to any of the blank spaces you consider fits the best. Sí, vamos a ir completando estos espacios solo cogiendo y arrastrando a la respuesta o al espacio correcto. Next, what are you going to do, guys? Look at this. Here you have just to choose the right option. But in some cases, both answers could fit. Sí, como acabamos de ver hace ratito nada más, en algunos casos podemos ocupar cualquiera de las dos respuestas, ¿sí? O hay más de una respuesta posible. Lo mismo sucede en este ejercicio. Ustedes van a escoger la respuesta que consideren correcta, pero si ustedes consideran correcta o consideran que las dos formas son posibles, pues van a seleccionar las dos. ¿Ok? So you have just 10 sentences. We have just 10 sentences of choosing and 9 spaces to fill the blanks. Sí, tenemos 9 espacios para completar el espacio vacío y 10 oraciones para seleccionar la respuesta correcta. This is today's classwork. This is today's exercise. So let me share with you the link. Can you see the link on your chat box, guys? Tenemos el...
Yes, teacher.
Okay. This activity, as you know, it's going to be individual, and you're going to have 15 minutes to complete it and 5 minutes more to upload the evidence to your student's portfolio, okay? Tendríamos 15 minutos para hacer y 5 adicionales para que puedan subir la evidencia. Don't forget that you have to send the answers to the following email. On your chat, you have the email. Don't forget you need to send the answers, take the picture, and upload as the evidence of today's classwork, ¿ok? No se olviden, tenemos que hacer lo de siempre. Realizar la actividad, enviar las respuestas y subir su evidencia al portal. Ya les creo en este momento la actividad. And let me check if you got it right. Marlon, how much time do we have for this activity?
We have 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, 15 minutes. Plus 5 minutes extra so you can upload your evidence, right? Thank you. Tell me, please, Robert, is this individual or is this activity in groups?
It's individual.
Yes, it's individual. Thank you. So your 15 minutes start now, guys. Empezamos con nuestros 15 minutos. It's okay. So we're moving to the final part of the class. We're going to make a short speaking practice. You already have the answers of some of these phrases because you used the answers at the beginning of the class. What are we going to do, guys? You're going to complete these 5 sentences with information that it's true for you. Okay, so you're going to complete these phrases using some expressions or maybe some activities that make these phrases true for you. For example, in the first case I have, it's important to have a positive attitude and not give up because. ¿Por qué creen o por qué es importante para ustedes tener una actitud positiva y no rendirse? Sí, vamos a ir completando estas 5 oraciones con información que es verdadera para ustedes, con lo que ustedes piensan. For example, let me complete these sentences according to me. For example, maybe if it's easier for you, si tal vez se les hace más fácil completar y tener la información, pueden hacerle una captura de pantalla o tomarle una foto para que se les haga más fácil, ¿no? Because we're going to need this information for the next activities. So, in the first one, it's important to have a positive attitude and not give up because it can be helpful it it can be helpful to succeed in life. For example, in number 2, I'm talented at or I am good at. Remember the things that you were writing in the first activity at the beginning. ¿Se acuerdan que en una de las preguntas del inicio les decía en qué son buenos o qué 3 actividades son buenos realizando? Pues aquí vamos a ocupar una de esas actividades, ¿no? I'm talented at languages, cooking. Some people were saying about fixing things or maybe accounting. Try to use the activities you thought previously so you won't get so much time. And I'm not very good at, for example, in my case, I'm not good at the sports at all. Okay, if you want to be successful in life, you need to... Aquí miren, podríamos acordarnos del video que vimos al inicio. ¿Qué cosas necesitamos para ser exitosos, no? If you want to be successful in life, you need to invest in yourself, for example. Necesitamos invertir un poco en nosotros mismos, ¿no? One of my biggest achievements is... ¿Cuál es uno de los más grandes logros que ustedes han alcanzado? For example, I don't know, maybe get a job or maybe travel around the world. Sí, viajar al extranjero, estudiar una carrera, conseguir un trabajo. ¿Cuál es el logro más importante o más grande que ustedes han alcanzado? Okay, so for this activity, you're going to have 3 to 4 minutes to complete this activity, guys. This is going to be something individual, okay? So you have 3 to 4 minutes to complete these 5 statements, so they are true for you. Let me see if you got it. Can you tell me, please, Vane, what do we have to do? ¿Qué debemos hacer?
Ay, espérame, te quiero un momento.
What do we have to do?
Answers the questions. Perdón.
Okay, you are going to complete these questions so they are true for you, okay? Con información que sea verdadera para ustedes. Grace, how much time do we have for this activity? ¿Cuánto tiempo?
3 and 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes. And it's going to be in groups. Carlitos? Are you working in groups? No, you're working alone. Okay, this time you're working alone. So your 3 to 4 minutes start now, guys. Complete this information. Complete this information with something that can be truth for you. Exactly. We have 6 minutes for this activity, guys, and I will be jumping from one group to the other, listen to your participations. Please, guys, enter to your groups so you can start sharing the information with your classmates. Vamos ingresando a los grupos, chicos. Enter to your groups. Okay, enter to your groups, please. Carlitos, Marjorie, Bibi, Christian, help me enter into your groups. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Empecemos.
Hello. Hello.
¿Me escuchan?
Sí.
Who is starting? ¿Quién va a empezar a compartir sus respuestas? Christian, why don't you start?
Okay, teacher. Well, for me, it's important have a positive attitude and not give up because it can all is possible if you try. And second, I'm talented at cooking, but I haven't not practiced much.
Exactly.
And number 3, if you want to be successful in life, you need to read some of poems.
If you want to be successful in life, you need to
learn more.
One of my biggest achievements.
Well, in this year, I built my house with my.
In life, you must do everything positive and prepare yourself to be the best. One of my greatest achievements is going to study at the university. Yeah.
Talent at sports, for example, football and athletic. I'm not very good at cooking. Really no. If I want to be successful in life, I need read and invest.
Hi, teacher.
Did you finish, guys?
Do you listen?
Yes, I can listen to you. I think you're having internet problems because I listened to
Successful in life, you must strive and give your best, and above all have study habits. And five, one of my biggest achievements is having learned to play a musical instrument.
Teacher, ya terminamos ya.
Yes, I can imagine. Don't worry. You have already in, right?
It's important to have a positive attitude and God give it up because we have to meet the goals in your life. And number two, I am talent play sport drunk and learn. I am not very good at cooking. Number four, if you want to be success in life, you need the most responsibility in all.
Hello again, everybody. I was listening to your answers, guys. They were very interesting. I heard some interesting things about you and your classmates as well. So I heard that it's important to have a positive attitude and not give up because we need to maybe be better or maybe to achieve our goals. Excellent answers. I heard that some of you were very talented in sports, playing soccer. Some others were talented in cooking, and some others were not so talented in these activities as well. So I heard I am not very good at this. I am not very good at that. And that's excellent. So I also heard some answers for number 4. If you want to be successful in life, you need to read. I heard read a lot. That's a good advice. You need to read. You need to self-educate. I heard you need to study more. Yes, I heard some interesting advices. And also I heard my biggest achievement is to learn to play a musical instrument. That's great. To study the career I wanted at the university. That's another one. Somebody said one of my biggest achievement was that I could build my house. Excellent. So these are very good achievements you have got in your life, and I'm very happy to hear all these advices and information that you were willing to share with your classmates, guys. This would be all of the class. This will be the whole topic of today. Remember that today we have been talking about some modal verbs and phrases that we can use when we want to talk about the abilities we can do or we cannot do. We were also discussing about a few words to talk about abilities. For example, intelligent, brilliant. We have clever. We have some new words that were involved in today's class that can help us to talk about personality. This was the main topic or the main objective of today's class, which is lesson 4A. And if you don't have any questions, guys, you're free to go. If you have questions, this is your time to do your questions. I'm here to listen to you guys.